I'm a manager at Whataburger in Seguin. That's what I do. I work like 60 hours a week almost.
Jeez, it's almost 50,000 hours a year post-tax.
Post-tax, and then I get monthly bonuses at the end of every month.
Wow, so let's just say, just to be a little more conservative, say 5,000 hours a month, yeah? That's exciting. But I know we're about to go into the stupid part.
Yeah.
The bad debt.
Stupid death. It isn't like horrible. I just find myself not having a whole lot of extra after I pay my bills because I just make a lot of dumb decisions and a lot of that.
Well, why?
Like most of it's coping.
Past trauma? Is this like mental health? More just in-life relationships?
A little bit of everything, kind of. Not as much like past trauma, mental health stuff, yeah.
This car, what's the car?
It's 2018 Nissan Altima.
Okay, what is it every other?
286.
$572 a month?
Yeah.
What's the interest rate on this thing, dude?
Yeah, it's 18.9.
Why'd you do this?
Because
Why possibly does this exist? Guys, welcome back to a financial follow-up. We got Kaleb with a K, so he's a trader to the Kaleb brace, but that's okay.
Yes, I
Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Quick rundown of last time. You know, we do little teasers in this. By the way, thanks for coming to the studio. We always
absolutely.
appreciate that. So you were 21 at the time of filming last time. It was uploaded in, wow, July 24th, 2023. That's wild. It feels like it was so much, like, not that long ago. That's wild.
I thought it was in June.
So we probably filmed in, well, I don't know. We usually film a couple weeks out. You were a manager at Whataburger. You're working 50 to 60 hours a week. You're making $18.35 an hour with overtime at $27.30 an hour. Your monthly income ranged from $4,000 to $5,200 a month, including bonuses. And the monthly bonuses were approximately $1,300 post-tax. I think that monthly income was net. Yeah, just about, I think.
Yep.
And the debts at that point, we were looking at a car loan. It was a 2018 Nissan Altima. Yikes. $21,000. It was a $520 or $572 monthly payment. You did biweekly to make it feel more comfortable. It was at 18.9% interest rate, which is fucking wild.
Yeah, it's a little strange how that works, but that's the only way that they would let me do it, I guess.
Yeah. RBFCU credit card, which was at $410. And personal debt you owed $200 to a friend for an Xbox.
Yeah.
And a monitor. So, job. What are we doing?
So,
I think you changed it.
Yes, I did. I know we talked about this a little bit yesterday before we decided to do it in studio.
Yeah.
But I'm not working at Whataburger.
For you people.
I'm not working at Whataburger as a manager anymore. I am, well, I'm not going to say the place of employment just because of, things. But
yeah.
I'm working at a new place. I'm a manager there. I'm not making as much, but I am in training to be a general manager.
Are you able to give us like an industry?
Fast food.
Okay, cool.
Yes, but I'm training to be a general manager of that restaurant.
Very good.
Yes.
And what are we making right now?
Right now, $17 an hour.
Okay. So the hourly rate is lower than you were making. Are there bonuses right now?
Not for hourly managers, no. For GMs, there is. But yeah, for GMs, there's a bonus structure. But for hourly managers there's not just yet because the company's not big enough to be able to afford something like that.
How's your path to GM looking?
Within 5 to 6 months, I will be a GM.
You will be a GM?
Will be a GM.
Okay, why are we so confident in that?
Because, I've been there for, today's actually my 1 month anniversary with them. But I already,
Then how do we know we're going to be a GM in 5 to 6 months?
Because the GM that I have right now, and with the experience I have, and talking to my area coach, talking to the training department and everything, they know my goals, they know my skills, they know how good I am at the job. Like I know how to open, I know how to close, I know how to hold up the values of the company. So doing all that, it's going to be easy. So yeah.
Really? Okay, so this is a confidence thing,
yes.
Which I appreciate that.
It is
but
a confidence
no one has
thing.
told you it's going to happen.
Oh, like my GM, he's fully confident as well because his plan is to go to another restaurant and be
so
a
this
GM
is a big
there.
chain.
Yes.
Okay, so
it is a little, sort of.
Gotcha.
Sort
okay.
of. I work at...
I've actually never heard of that. We'll bleep that out, but I've never heard of that. So, okay.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah. It's partnered through...
Gotcha. Bleep that as well. So, how much are you going to be making as a GM?
$60,000 a year salary plus bonus.
Love that.
Yes.
Bonuses range...
Bonuses, I'm assuming they range a little bit just depending on how...
Range between?
I don't know the range between yet. Yeah, I haven't found out that much info yet because I don't think it's really my place to ask my GM, hey, how much money do you get for your bonuses? That's
what I do. So how have things changed since last summer when we talked?
They've changed a lot for the better, I would say. I'm feeling definitely a lot happier. I'm not as stressed as I was before.
Okay.
I'm getting better sleep. I'm not working night shift anymore. I'm actually waking up with the sun and going to sleep at night, which is great.
And your finances?
My finances are better.
Good.
Still bull spending, but I have a little over 2.5 months of emergency fund available.
Good.
Yes, I have that. I've paid down my car a bit more. It's not all the way down yet, but it's at 15 grand instead of at 20 grand. It's a lot more than it would have if I would have just stayed on the minimum payments.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Well, your income situation changed as well. So.
Yeah. So it's like I went from Whataburger, and then after that, like I said, I think in the whenever I was here last, I said I was thinking about going to Tesla. That worked out. I went to Tesla. That worked out really well. I loved it a lot. And they did the huge layoff in April. So, yeah. So I got hit by that, which sucked. But yeah.
My recommendation last time was an emergency fund, say for a 1 month emergency fund, which cutting down your bullshit you should have actually been able to do within a month. Then aggressively pay down the car loan by allocating $2,846 towards it monthly. That was aggressive, but it was to aim to pay it off in about 7.5 months, meaning it would have been paid off by now. Further savings, building a fully funded emergency fund of $13,000, and then starting to get into the 50-30-20 and trying to just budget and prioritize our overall finances from there and make sure we have a solid retirement and don't get into bad debt again.
Yeah.
The budgeting. Have you taken the budgeting program?
I've not taken your budgeting program. No.
Why?
Because
it's free.
I'm lazy. I hadn't done it. I hadn't thought about it.
Well, how's your budget going?
Yeah. Huh?
How's your budget going?
It's going fine. I mean, I still have money left over after I pay all my bills and after I paid off what I needed to after I got all my bills paid and whatnot. So, yeah.
So what is this Destiny thing? Because this wasn't... I didn't have this last time, did I?
Yeah, no, you didn't. I made dumb choices. I opened up 2 other credit cards. Like, well, look, what
are we doing?
Listen, I'm not defending it or anything, but the RBFCU card, I have closed it. It's been closed for about 4 months now.
So we closed the card and opened 2? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because I made dumb decisions. But what I did and what I can show you...
No. What was the logic? There was a logic. What was the reason? Why?
Literally, it was an impulse decision. I didn't have any logic behind it.
What impulsed you to get into it, though? What impulsed you to get into it? What was like, okay, I'm doing this?
Again, I had no thought process behind it. It was just blindly like, oh, I'll do this.
It just showed up and you were like, let's do it?
Yeah, because it was a $700 limit. So I was like, cool. I never maxed it out. And like I said, still there's fees on it.
Yeah, you got $4.02 of fees. No interest. Because is it interest free or do you pay it off every month?
I pay it off every month.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, like every card I never
DoorDash, Wingstop, DoorDash, McDonald's, DoorDash, Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Gas, and then DoorDashing, Raising Kings. That could all be going towards. You said the card debt still exists, right?
The card debt still exists, yes.
Because is that still at its 18 point whatever kill me interest rate? Okay, no offense. When anything or you be offended, I don't care.
Yeah,
no, whatever.
I'm not going to be offended. I know it's
when
dumb.
Something's at 18 point something stupid %. We're not DoorDashing.
Yeah, I know.
If it was at 8%. Not that I would encourage the DoorDash, but I wouldn't want to vomit.
Yeah.
We're not DoorDashing, which means this is not actually budgeting. Or your priorities are just misaligned. I'm glad you're paying it off every month, don't get me wrong. But the fact that we spent $399... Wait. New charges. It was $281, and it was all just from 4 DoorDash purchases, plus a tank of gas, which was cheaper than the DoorDash purchases.
Yes.
That's an insane amount of money to spend on 4 DoorDashes.
Yes.
That's crazy. Total fees charged this year so far, $183. Do you know what the fees are? It's a credit protection fee. This card is just siphoning money from you.
Okay.
You're not even paying interest because you're paying off your card every month. Good job. Oh, there's more. Never mind. That's why it added up so much.
Yeah, there's
more. We DoorDash Jack in the Box, and we DoorDash Jack in the Box, and we DoorDash Taco Bell, and we went inside a gas station twice and got some bullshit.
Yes.
Come on, dude. Again, let's celebrate that the card is paid off every month, and same with this next card, the Quicksilver card, right? Is this paid off every month?
Yeah.
No, there was interest charge of $6.18.
It was paid off every month as of what I knew.
$6.18 of interest.
Oh, well, whoops. That's not good.
Oh, it's this whole fucking video game. Steam, EA.
That's the first time in months that I had spent it. I know those charges also popped up on the last time I was here. And I admit that's where some of my money was going that I didn't think about whenever I was here last, is that I was buying video game like microtransactions and stuff. I hadn't bought anything in a while, and I was like, well, whatever. And then I was like, okay, there's no thought process behind that either.
$450 so far on bullshit that could have been going to the car.
Yes, exactly.
That's a 30%.
Yeah.
And yes, you're having interest charge because either you're not paying it on time or whatever. I don't seem to have a statement for the car. What's the car at?
The car, like I said, I think it's at like 15K still, or 15K now. I can double check it right quick. I actually made a payment this morning.
Exactly the same?
Yes. Yeah.
So $572. So
yes, but I'm still putting more. Yeah, but I'm still putting more on it every month.
That's good. This could have been paid off now. It really could have.
It could have.
It's only down $6,000, which is unacceptable to me.
Yeah, it should have been paid off by now. But I've around for months. I didn't take this seriously.
Why?
I don't have a reason.
No. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You walked away from here. Why did you not put any corrective behavior in place?
I didn't put corrective behavior in place until way later on.
But
I did put creative, well, wait, hold on.
Why didn't you care? When you walked away, why did you not care?
I did care, but I didn't make the changes, again, because there was no thought process behind it. I kind of just fell back. I fell back into what I was doing before. It's like, I don't have a good enough reason for you that you would like to hear other than that.
But if you don't, then obviously you care more about just being relax and getting those quick dopamine hits than you care about getting out of the debt.
Yeah, I was for a while. And then in December, about November, December, I listened to the episode while I was working. One night I listened to it the entire night. I worked 10-hour shifts over there. So I listened to that episode 10 times through, and I was like, what the f am I doing? It's like, what the f am I doing? So then at that point, I had opened up a different Capital One card before this one existed. I had opened that one up, and I was like, what the f am I wasting this money on for? So I paid it off, closed it within like a week. Yeah. And then I kind of got myself back together at that point, and other than opening up these two cards, other than opening these two up. But I do have good news about these. I paid them off like within the past 3 days because, well,
just thought interest accruing.
Yes, that's what I'm upset about. Correctly. Yeah, that's what I was upset about. But I did pay those off, and I closed them today. I was on the phone with the Destiny card. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, because I was like, I literally was talking to my mom about this the other day. I was like, why the f am I wasting so much money on this?
Yeah.
Like, because this it's kind of killing me. It's just like I use the excuse like, oh, it's helping my credit. I'll just pay it off. No, it's still money I'm wasting. So what I did is like I paid them off, and then there was like a little bit left or whatever that wasn't paid off for some reason, even though I paid off a full balance. And then it was like, oh, you still have this much. So I was like, oh, well, let me pay that off. And then I canceled the Capital One today. And then I was on the phone with Destiny today, and I canceled that one too. I have the two cards here to cut them.
That's good. We'll get some scissors.
Yes, we'll get some scissors and we'll cut those, I guess. And then also I'll take them off my Apple Pay so that you know I'm serious.
Yes, absolutely.
Makes me happy.
Here's the scissors if you're ready.
Yeah.
You want to pull them out? Let's make sure we are censoring any private details on the cards, but also
there's nothing on the front. There's nothing on the front.
Then let's hold the front towards the camera then. That's perfect. That does show your last name, so there you go.
That's fine.
This is yours to cut, man. This is your behavior change. Wish we would have done this after the first one, but you know, if it takes two, that's okay.
Yeah, and that's fine. And that's fine.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
So
that's good.
Now I have no more credit cards, but I do have the Fizz card. So I am using that.
And I love that as well, because that, only spend what you put in. But
yes,
what makes me a little nervous, I mean, I love that there's $5,000 in here in the checking account. But okay, that's great. You don't have like an unlimited money card to spend.
Yeah, no.
But you still can spend your debit card. So we still need a fixed behavior.
Yeah, the behavior is still like the thing. That's one of the questions that I wanted to potentially talk about while I was here, was like, how do I like fight those addictive tendencies? Because all of it is an addiction to food.
Sure.
That's the biggest thing. It's not even coping anymore. It's just an addiction. Like, and that's one thing I really want to fight against, because it's like, I keep wasting money on it. It's not a good look. It's not healthy. Recently, I started a carnivore diet. So I'm starting to, not spend money on food, not spending money on bullshit anyway. But yeah, at home we have like eggs, we have chicken, we have fish, we have beef, like steaks and whatnot. So we're getting into a better like health routine.
Okay, cool. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yes.
In terms of your checking account, we have Microsoft payment, a DoorDash, Nintendo, maybe renting a movie. I'm not 100% sure. Sonic Drive-In, Domino's, going out every second of our lives.
Yeah.
Steam, Whataburger. You don't work for them anymore. Stop giving them money. DoorDash, Store Chick. Man, this is Apple bills and pizza.
Lots of bull. After I printed out the statements, I looked at it myself. I was like, what the did I do?
Pizza. Whataburger. Noom, the app for like dieting?
For weight loss, yeah.
Weight loss? Okay. So that's good. That's good to surround ourselves with resources. Now we need to put in the actual work behind it.
Yeah.
Steam, getting some bullshit, gas station, DoorDash. This is kind of hard to read quick. Amazon. Getting bullshit, gas station, getting bullshit, gas station, getting bullshit, gas station, pizza. What are we getting in gas stations? What are you stopping for like a few bucks?
Getting myself and my employees like a little breakfast thing from the gas station, just to where I can have like better morale. Like, hey, I brought you breakfast. Type thing, to where they're happier throughout the day.
I do like that idea, but you have 18% card debt.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
So I haven't done it. I haven't done it since the time of this statement.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
I say do that. Put it in your fund spending when we have a fully funded emergency fund.
Yeah.
Okay, and more DoorDash and Spotify and just chaos. Whataburger, Apple Bill, Amazon. So it's crap spending.
Yeah.
Probably like $700-800 is just bullshit.
Yeah. That's one thing I was like.
What comes in net from your current job?
That's a great question because
You've only done it for a month.
Yeah, I worked at it for a month. I've gotten 2 paychecks, $2,400 roughly a month.
So we're spending 30, 35, 40% on going out to eat. Okay, so the addiction part. I mean, for a lot of people, this is in terms of actual behavioral health for real addiction that actually might take talking to a therapist that focuses on addiction.
Yeah.
But I will say for a lot of people that are trying to go through weight loss and, has someone who's, I've yo-yoed many times. Often I just hit a breaking point when I'm just like, okay, it's time to just go hard. And then the goal of losing weight is much more addicting to me than going and getting a burger. It's just seeing that progress endlessly. It's kind of why they do the debts a lot of in the behavior side for debt. The debt snowball tends to work for a lot of people over the debt avalanche. That avalanche saves more money, but debt snowball, you see progress quicker. You're getting more rewards. When you're losing weight, if that reward is giving you that competitive dopamine hit, it really starts to drive you, but it needs to be in your brain more important and more rewarding to you than just getting that slop. And that it's good. The fatty, greasy, sweet, it's good. It hits that brain. So it's, it is a very difficult thing. And sometimes for a lot of people, it takes a breaking point. One of the yo-yos I did down, like I got just really sick after a meal and I was just like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'm done with this. And then, I lost a lot of weight. And then unfortunately yo-yoed back up. That was the last time. The time before that, I don't remember. Maybe I got like rejected or something. I was like, what's going on? All right, let's lose weight. I don't know. Yeah. So like you have to find, I think finding your why around that's going to be really important, and potentially speaking to a behavioral specialist, even just twice a month, focused on the mental health part. And trust me, cutting your fast food, you'll be able to pay the co-pays because you spend a lot going out to eat. It's just, you do it the expensive way. You're getting it all DoorDash, you're getting the delivery fees, the extra taxes, the city charges, and the tip, and then obviously prices at the restaurants are also jacked up so that the restaurants make money as well. So you're getting it in all the most expensive, dumb ways.
Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't make it any better because I'm getting it for myself and my sister, sometimes my mom as well.
Yeah,
whenever she gets home, and it's like, that doesn't make it any better, but like that's one
worse.
reason why it is so expensive. But yeah,
Makes
it's still not
It's more
acceptable. It's
money.
still not acceptable, and like how much I've been spending on food.
It's not even close to acceptable.
Yeah.
We have an 18.9% interest rate car of death.
And that needs to go.
Listen, I'm good with you putting this kind of stuff in your fund spending. Just get rid of that first. That comes first. How much do you have in retirement across the board? Because you probably have a rollover. Oh,
It's about this much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Set it up whenever I
You're
was
22
working.
now?
Yeah, it's turning 23 in 2 weeks.
Okay, so 23.
Yes.
Good foundation.
Yeah, that's what it is right now, because whenever I was working at Tesla, that's what was been able to put in with Whataburger. That much, to clarify, I do work for them part-time 1 to 2 days a week to have extra money coming in to where I can help get that car paid off and then put more into the emergency fund to just help.
Yeah, it looks like you stacked up the most when you were at Tesla.
Yeah, 100% I did.
$2,318.
Because I put in 8% of every check into there.
Okay. Now, was it matching up to 18 or 8?
I think it was up to 5%.
Okay, I would only take 5 because again,
Yeah, I think it's only- I think it was
if
up to
you're
5.
averaging like 10% overall up years and down years combined in the S&P 500, for example, or 8% for the entire stock market, you're not even close to competing with your 18.9%. But when you take your match, you're getting 100% return on that money. So always take the match. I would only take up to the match where you are now if you're enrolled into that. If they have a match, I don't know. Depends where you are.
I actually asked my GM about that this morning. I asked him if there is like 401k benefits for an hourly manager, so he's gonna find that information out for me.
He doesn't know. Okay,
He doesn't know just yet because again, he just got hired into the company, so he got hired on as a GM, so he's still learning some things too.
When I worked at Jimmy John's, fast food there, they had 401k, but they didn't have matches. But maybe they did for like GMs and stuff. So, it's just like, who knows? But take the match if you get it. If you don't, let's just pay off this. We really need to pay off this 18.9% interest rate. And I know you're making less than you were before. What's your rent?
My rent, I'm still contributing about $650, $700.
Okay, so you have money left over.
Yes.
I still think you could pay this car off in its current balance in like a year.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because like my monthly bills, I've done a lot of like budgeting on like what my monthly bills are. It comes out to just over $2,000. So it's like with $2,000, that's plus like, car insurance.
Okay,
that's
let's
plus
call it a year and a half because you're going to get a raise. You're very confident in this, and I'm just going to trust your confidence. And if you don't, then obviously we're just going to figure out, picking up more shifts somewhere.
Yeah.
And you also said you work part-time at Whataburger as well to bring in more money.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm making $16 an hour over there.
So that's great. So there's a lot of things you can do. What you're very clearly going to have to do. No more opening credit cards. I don't care about the impulse.
Yeah,
If you have a weird impulse to just email us in and just be like, oh, I can't stop. And then I'll send someone to slap you.
Yeah, do that. Do that. I would rather somebody slap me than me open up another one of these again because it's just a money pit.
But you're still money
like
pitting in your checking account as well.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like this made it even worse.
Yeah.
This made it even worse because it's like, oh, I still have this money in my checking account. I could just put it on the credit card and I don't have to worry about it. That's how part of my brain process worked. But then it was just like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. So let's not do that.
Oh, wait, I read it wrong. You have 5,000 in your savings. In your checking account, you had 608. Okay, so what I would do, because it costs $2,000 to live, I would take actually $3,000 out of the savings and put it towards the car debt today. I know that hurts. Hurts to see.
It does.
But guess what? I mean, that savings, even in like the best. Okay, well, first of all, you're getting 0.3%. So like SoFi, you're getting like 4.5% or whatever, 4.6. I don't remember now, off the top of my head. But it's in my money in SoFi, it's making money. But if I had your 18 point whatever rate, 0.9, it's not even competing. It's losing by 15, 14, whatever it is.
Wait,
and
does that say it has 5,000 in the savings?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's down to 4,000.
Why?
Because things happened. One, I took money out to help pay rent because I was short a little bit.
Why were you short? Because you spent $900 on DoorDash.
No, because I had left Tesla and I wasn't getting money.
There was a gap?
Yeah, there was a little bit of a gap before I got hired on at this place. Yeah, so I had to pull money out. Yeah, I had to pull money out to do that, and then also I had to get what's it called? My tire blew out whenever I was driving to work one day.
Yeah.
So I had to get a new tire. Well, I had to get 2 new
use
tires.
Of an emergency fund. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was so happy. I was so happy that I actually had that like baseline.
And when you take out 2, you'll still have enough for blowed out tires and stuff like that. You'll have enough to survive for a month.
Yeah.
If something were to happen, and you're confident you're going to be a GM, so I don't think you're getting laid off.
I don't believe so. Yeah.
If it's an option to be laid off, then you're also not going to be a GM. I would take $2,000 out. I'd put that towards the car loan today, bring it down to $13,000, and really try to kill it in the next year and a half. I think what you don't understand and what is holding you back right now is you have no idea how great your life actually can be when this debt is gone, when you have a $13,000 in savings for an emergency fund. This is what we said last time, I think. Yeah. And you start contributing 20% a month to retirement. And if you're making $60,000 a year plus bonuses, let's just forget the bonuses. Let's say $45,000 is your account on a yearly basis. Divide that by 12. So $3,750 comes in on a monthly basis conservatively. After you invest 20% and you live within your means, you can spend $1,125 a month on fun. Mm-hmm. That's a great lifestyle. You can do so much with that. If you want to take a vacation, you just cut back your spending for a couple months on your fun, and then you unleash a few months of saved up fun spending. You can travel somewhere. Dude, you could do a European trip, saving that up a few months, you know?
Yeah.
A few months and you could do a European trip. There's a lot of opportunities. And that's while contributing 20% to retirement, making sure you retire with over $1 million.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunities here. It is your discipline. Go through the budgeting program as well, because what I need you to do, we go through the budgeting for the people who are in debt, for the people who are out of debt, and what they're trying to do. Then also take the investing one as well for when you're out of this. Mm-hmm. There are so many opportunities. And if you learn to budget, and if you learn to actually manage your money and stop spending, and maybe talk to someone about the addictive tendencies, your life actually has the potential to be so bright, and I don't think you see that. It's so bright.
It's like I definitely see it. Okay. Again, it's the discipline problem. Yeah. Like it's always been a discipline problem for me, because like as soon as I started making money, I was like, ooh, I could get food that I like. Exactly. That's always been a thing. Whoops, sorry.
Soon, in like a year and a half, let's call it, could be quicker if you work harder, get a raise sooner.
Yeah.
$1,125 a month in food you can do. If that's what you want to do, all your fun spending. Not that I would encourage that for health reasons, but you could do that. You could do that. You could go have 2 $500 extravagant meals a month. You know, you could just, however you want to do it. Mm-hmm. That is in your future.
Yeah.
You can't afford that right now.
Yeah, no.
That is in your future if you literally just manage this. So I want to do another one of these follow-ups again. I want to see major progress on the car. I don't think the car will be paid off by then, because you did take an income hit. Mm-hmm. But, if we talk in like 6 months or so, you might have your raise as well. I want to see substantial progress on the car at least.
Yeah.
I want to see the budget to be much more established and understood. I want you to bring me a budget.
Okay.
And I want to see how your budget that you're trying to stick to actually sticks with it. And we go over discipline, ways to go over discipline in the program as well. But okay, so overall feelings on my end. Happy we got some money in savings. Made a little bit of progress on the car, not even close to as much as we should have. Yeah. But we also took some career changes, so that's, there's some ebb and flow there. Obviously spending way too much on fun. I think, I don't want to be negative, but overall, it is a slight disappointment. Slight disappointment though, because it could have been worse. Doesn't mean it's good, but
yeah. It's like I've been disappointed as well, because it's like even whenever I started listening to that episode again, and I listened to it all through that shift, I was pretty disappointed. So I was like, I'm starting late, but at least I'm starting at this point. So it's better than if I were to go back and it's worse or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, your Hammer financial score last time was 0.5 out of 10. Mm-hmm. This time, spending your budget, still spending too much. And you're actually getting interest accruing on the credit card, but you were basically paying off the credit cards every month. It's going to be a 2 out of 10, because much more should have been going to paying off the debt. The debt, that car is going to bring it down because it's aggressively terrible interest rate, but there's nothing else. But 2 out of 10, because that is one of the worst interest rates you can get on a credit on a car. Emergency fund, there actually is a base, actually a halfway decent base. I think some of it needs to go to debt, so I'm going to lower it by a point, but 3 out of 10. Retirement, it's a good foundation. I would want you to be, a couple $1,000s more ahead by where you are, but I'm going to give you a solid right down the middle. 5 out of 10 real estate, 3 out of 10, 0 out of 10. Spending was a little better. because no credit card debt. The debt was a little better. The emergency fund was certainly better, and the retirement was better because you started going aggressive at Tesla with that. So this is actually going to give you halfway. This is going to give you a much better score than you were at a 0.5 last time.
It's progress.
It is progress, and progress is progress. But it could have been more progress. But either way,
It definitely could have.
it is going to be a point. Or no, 2.5 out of 10. 2.5 out of 10.
Nice. All 2
So you're getting
points.
there. You increased by 2 points. So make sure to check out all the resources linked in the description below, as they are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting and investing programs that are now bundled at a lower price that can be found anywhere on the internet. Oh, okay. Well, to end it after the outro, I forgot to.
Yes.
I always want to ask the question, but I always forget. Would you recommend people come on Financial Audit?
Oh yeah, 100%. Definitely. I've already my best friend.
But I'm so mean.
No. It's like my best friend. Whenever the day the episode came out, like my episode, me and my 2 best friends, we sat and we watched it together.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, and it was cool. It was and it was really funny because one of the charges on there was for Portillo's. I don't know if you remember reading that the last time. Yeah, but it's that was a trip that us 3 had gone on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was whenever there were a couple Whataburger purchases, I think I saw the store number on there that was on that trip with them. So I wasn't at my store to get free stuff, but yeah. And it's I've recommended to my friend, I was like, hey, you should definitely go. He's like, man, if I went, I would get a new hole torn.
Oh, and I'll tear it.